All right, everybody, what we've got here is an SS2. This is going to be a Kodiak edition. SS2 stands for Safe System 2, Survival, Adventure, Field, and Exploration. We're going to go ahead and just do a brief rundown here of the features, starting at the bottom, going all the way to the top. First, we have our steel-plated butt cap, so it's got an aluminum body on the butt cap there, and a stainless steel plate is permanently affixed to that, so that if you ever want to pound with it, you're going to be pounding with stainless steel and not gouging up that softer aluminum. Let's see. Next, we got our cord ring. This has to be polished. It's the last thing that has to be done before gun coat, which this knife is going to receive. That cord ring effectively captures that cord wrap between the guard and the cord ring and prevents it from sliding off down the handle. If you have a hollow-handled survival knife that does not have a cord ring, there's an excellent chance that if you use it a lot, especially if it gets wet, that cord tends to loosen up a little bit and expand. It will slide right off that handle. So just beware of that. We're not trying to criticize anybody, but just beware of the function of the cord ring. We have a light knurl. What we found is you don't want an aggressive knurl on the handle of these, because if you ever have to take the cord wrap off and actually use this in an emergency type situation or a quote-unquote survival situation, that an aggressive knurling actually hurts the hands. It digs in, and the last thing you want is more discomfort if you're in a survival situation. Then, stainless steel handle, all that's going to get gun coated anyway, so there's double protection against corrosion and giving it more corrosion resistance to sound fancy. Stainless steel guard. This one has dual lashing holes. One of my favorite things that I do, and yes, I am going to brag just a little bit because these are a tremendous amount of work. Look at the radius and the chamfer on that guard, both top and bottom, so that there is no discomfort if you actually choke up and use that knife. If you look here, and that is done beautifully in my opinion, we also radius the ricasso area, as Bill Moran would say, or the choil, so that when you put your hand like this in this configuration, there are no sharp edges that are digging into your hand. Both the guard and the ricasso or choil area have been heavily radiused. I hate when I see a knife where this is left just 90-degree square angles. The spine is so that we can strike a ferro rod or create tender dust. This should not be square 90-degree angles. That is painful. It should not be that way. There's the choo-choo train in the background. And then we got dual lashing holes, and look at how nice and tight our guard fit is. We could actually get it a little bit tighter if we wanted. It looks like a gap there, but that is just a reflection. Look at that. We could actually get it a little bit tighter if we wanted, but it's going to get gun coat, and the gun coat covers that up anyway. It doesn't really fill the hole, but the shadow goes away, and you can't even tell. When these are gun coated, they look almost like they're one piece. So that's good enough. We have our plunge lines and grind all done by hand, straight off the grinder. The saw teeth need to be sharpened. When they are sharpened, they are fully functional and will cut wood or notch wood or create tender dust. And our nice Rambo First Blood style clip grind on there. Again, this bad boy is straight off the grinder. It is ready for gun coat, and I've got 2 or 3 of these actually right now in the same basic stage. Sometimes you got to go in batches. It slows things down for the individual person, but when you're doing certain steps and you have the machining and the tooling all set up, it just makes much more sense economically to do it all at once. So there are several in this stage that are all going to get blasted out here with gun coat and then leather. So there you go. That is how we do it at the Wilson Custom Knives Shop. That is an SS2. One other thing, we kind of get criticized sometimes for the length of these handles. The handle is slightly longer than most guys make their hollow-handled survival knife, but the reason is a hollow-handled survival knife itself is a compromise. Why would you make that compromise if you're not maximizing your storage space? Now, I redid and re-engineered the way I made these about 2.5 years ago, so we now get even more storage space. Look at that. We go down here. That is, with the butt cap fully screwed in, we got just about actually 3 full inches of storage inside that bad boy. I would much rather have it look slightly less aesthetically pleasing and have more storage capacity. So there you go. Have a good day, folks, and stay safe out there.